Mardi Gras Mayhem. I was searching the crowd, looking for my parents. Why did they have to stop and look at everything? The Mardi Gras was about to start and they were nowhere in sight. You may be a little confused. I'll explain. It all started with our annual winter trip. We had been to Florida, we had been to Texas, we had been to Arizona. Of course, my parents couldn't decide where to go now. So, as usual, I stepped up to be the brains of the group. I said we should go see the Mardi Gras. That was just the beginning. It all went fine at first. The drive over the longest bridge in the world, the Pontchartrain Causeway, was even better than I could have ever imagined. We were renting a small house in the French Quarter. It was pretty nice, except the AC didn't work. That meant no relief from the sweltering humid days down south. The air was like a warm fist weighing down on me, as if holding me next to a space heater. I'd probably sweat enough to fill a 2-gallon bucket each day. Even when I opened the window, it did nothing to help the thick air cool. It actually seemed to do the opposite. We saw all the typical stuff you saw in Nolans, as the locals call it. We saw the cemetery and its above-ground crypts. We saw the towering St. Louis Cathedral reigning over the city like a majestic palace. And we saw Bourbon Street, hearing the lively jazz all around us. My favorite part, though, was the food. I could smell those mouth-watering aromas halfway down the block. My favorite dish was those sugary sweet bayonets. The only dish I didn't try was alligator. Go ahead and call me chicken, but I just wasn't having any of that. Then it was time for the Mardi Gras. That night we headed out to get a good spot. Walking through the crowd, I realized my parents weren't right behind me anymore. "Mom, Dad," I shouted. I retraced my steps, seeing if they were just a little behind. I tried shouting again. People kept pushing me off the street, opposite of where I thought my parents were. The first dazzling float arrived. I couldn't enjoy the stunning colors or lively music. I was too worried. As the float left and the band started to follow, I saw them. As I had thought, they were on the other side of the street. How could I get over there? What if they moved and I couldn't find them after the parade was over? I made a split-second decision. The musicians probably thought I was crazy, dashing between them and the float. I was crazy scared that I wouldn't find my parents. I was running as fast as an Olympic runner determined to get gold. I reached the other side and pushed and pushed and pushed through the sweaty bodies. Finally, I reached them. "Mom, Dad," I huffed. They shared a look that said, "What?" "I'll explain later," I said, still out of breath. I got the whole responsibility lecture, but I'd rather have lecturing parents than lost parents. Something bad almost happened to me, and if I hadn't looked back when I did and realized that they weren't there, I might have never found them. See, the only way you can avoid situations like this is if you're careful. The only way that you can really stay safe.